Hey guys, welcome to my channel, and if you're new here, I'm Miriam Dow, wife, mom of 4, real estate investor, and entrepreneur. In today's video, we're going to talk about how I didn't make superhost status on air. I'm super salty. Let's get right into the video. There are 4 qualifications in order for you to become a superhost status on Airbnb. So they have 4 assessments throughout the year when they do the assessment. And it's January 1st, April 1st, July 1st, and October 1st. So I became an Airbnb host on September 7th. My first guest checked in on September 9th, and they were there for a week. So I had to wait until September 16th for them to check out and for me to get another guest coming in, right? So at first, I actually made a 2-night minimum, which I felt like that hurt me. So like 2 weeks into being a host, I took the 2-night minimum off and I started allowing people to come for 1 night. The reason why I did that was because I was doing all this research, watching all these videos, listening to all these people, and they were saying how like 1 nights are more prone to like parties and stuff like that. But I saw like if someone books 2 nights, Monday night and Tuesday night, and then someone books Thursday night and Friday night, then you have Wednesday night that's just there, and then it can't get booked. It's unbookable because you have a 2-night minimum. Is unbookable a word? I don't really know, but y'all understand what I'm trying to say. So that's for that reason. As I was gaining experience, I was like, all right, let me take this 2-night minimum off. And it worked out well. Like I got a guy who like landed in Trenton like after midnight, but he messaged me before his flight landed, was like, hey, I'm coming from Florida. My flight lands at midnight, so I'm gonna be coming in really late. I don't feel like driving. We live in New York because it's like an hour and a half. Well, it's actually like 2 hours from New York, like an hour and 40 minutes to New York City. So him and his wife and his daughter, they just went to sleep somewhere for the night. So they were there for hours. They checked in like I think 2 a.m. and they left like 9:30 just to get a good night's sleep. So for stuff like that, it works out well. And I got a few of those. Or I would have like parents who are taking their kids to Sesame Place, so they go to Sesame Place early throughout the day. They're there the whole day having fun, and then they come to my house to just crash, sleep the night, and then the next day they drive back home. So if I would have implemented the 1 night since the beginning, I feel like I probably would have hit superhost status, because I didn't hit it for one reason. I'm gonna tell you now. So let me tell you all the criteria. You need to have a minimum of a 4.8 rating, so that's the target. You have to have 1.0 cancellation rate. You have to have at least a 90% response rate. And then you have to have at least hosted 10 stays, right? So at the time of October 1st, I'm gonna screenshot what it is right now and put it up on the screen. But at the time of October 1st, my overall rating was 5 stars. Right now it's 4.8, so it's still meeting the target. And then my cancellation rate has always been 0, so that's really good. It needs to be at least 1.0, so mine is 0. I haven't canceled on anyone. My response rate is 100%. They only require me to be at 90%, so that's good. So at the time, right now I have 12 stays, so you need to have at least 10 stays or 100 nights and 3 stays. So basically you need to have at least 10 separate stays or 3 different stays that totaled up 100 nights, right? So basically someone stayed 60 days, they stayed 2 months, and then another person stayed 2 weeks, and then the other third person stayed the remaining, that totals out 100 nights. So it's so much easier to hit the 10 different stays because you got people coming in for the weekend, 1 night, 2 night. So the reason why I didn't hit superhost status was because I think at the time I had like 7 or 8 stays. And I'm gonna take a screenshot and put it up here so you see exactly what it was. So I was like 3 stays away of hitting superhost status, and I was so salty. I was so mad because I was like, if I would have knew this, because I wasn't really paying attention to when they were doing the assessment. So once I found out when they were doing the assessment, I'm like, wow, I only got like a week left before it's October 1st, because remember I posted on September 7th. So I literally was just a host 3 weeks into September. But there is a high demand for 1-night stays, because when someone's looking for a 1-night stay and I have a 2-night minimum, my listing doesn't even show. So if I have a 1 night, if I don't have any minimum, then my listing would show. So that was the reason why I didn't make it. And I feel like in the beginning, I know it's more prone to parties and stuff like that, but I literally screen all my guests. And I deny a lot of guests who's trying to come to my house. I don't like to host local guests because I feel like that's a red flag for you to come throw a party at my house. Like, you live here, why are you coming to my house? It's not making sense. So if you're a new host, don't do the 2-night minimum. Of course, it allows you to make a little bit more money, because instead of just making $200 for one night, you can make $400 for one night, for 2 nights. So of course, that's what you want to do. But my recommendation to new hosts out there, or someone who's thinking about doing an Airbnb, don't put any night minimum in the beginning. Let those, especially if the assessment period is as close as mine was. Now, if your assessment period is in 2 months, 3 months, and you're not really comfortable with one night, you want to, fill it out first before you do that, then go ahead and do it. But if you're like 1 month away from your assessment period, because think about it, if someone books it for 1 night, 10 days, there goes 20, you only have 20 days left. So allow those one-nighters, because it'll allow you to host more people. And then another thing is, in the beginning, people were not looking to book my Airbnb. They were very skeptical. They're like, oh, we love it, but you don't have any reviews. And I think I created my Airbnb account back in 2018, I think, or 2013, something crazy. So people kept saying, how you had this account since 2018, but you ain't got no reviews? And I'm like, so I had to explain that to people, like, no, I just actually posted this property like September 7th, like a week ago, like a few days ago. So I'm a new host. And I had another guest, she was so sweet, but she was like so skeptical. She was like, I've had bad experiences in the past. You have no reviews. I hope, your property looks like the pictures. So I told her, by then I had like 2 or 3 reservations before her. So I told her she has nothing to worry about. By the time she comes in, there's gonna be at least 1 or 2 reviews up there. So it helps when you have one-night stays. They come in, they're literally there for hours, less than like 12 hours. They come in, you give them access 4 p.m. Most likely they're not checking in at 4 p.m. They're checking in the evening. They're leaving 9:30, give them a great experience, and then they're gonna leave a review. So it allows you to, stack up on your little reviews and stack up on your stays. So that's the reason why I didn't hit Superhost status. Now I have to wait until January 1st, 2022. And they do the assessment every 3 months. So I have to maintain this. So when the assessment came around October 1st, my overall rating was 5 stars across the board. Now it's 4.8. So I have to make sure I don't go lower. I need to make sure I maintain a 4.8 or higher, because if January 1st comes around and I'm at 4.7, guess what? I'm not gonna make it. So I'm super salty. Right now I'm at 12 stays, 100% response rate, 0% cancellation rate, and a 4.8 overall rating. So that's why I didn't make Superhost status. Let me know if I drop some gems. Now, a little tweak that I did make now that I still have a few months to go, because I realized people will book like Friday night or just Saturday night. That was really messing up my weekends, because weekends go by really, weekends get booked really fast. But I wanted to make sure, because that's where you make your bulk of your money too, right? So what I did was I put a 2-night minimum on the weekends. So I put a 2-night minimum on either Friday night or Saturday night, but all the rest of the week you have 1 night. There are no requirements. So that's a little tweak that I did. It's been working out for me. So if you want to book a Friday night, well, you're gonna have to book Saturday night too. Okay, you want to book Saturday night? Okay, well, you're gonna have to book Sunday night too, because a lot of people like to come into town for the weekend. So if your place is booked just for Saturday and they need somewhere to stay Friday and Saturday, they're not gonna book your place. And you lost out on that extra income. So that happened to me a few times. So, I'm learning as I go, and I'm sharing with you guys. So if you have any questions, if you think I missed something, if this video was helpful, please share it, comment, like, subscribe to the channel, put your post notification bell on, and stay tuned for the next video. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in my next one.